Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Got another topic for you today. Took little notey poos. It's helpful. Ready? Today we're going to talk about people pleasing. Such a good topic. Now, we all know people pleasing, and we understand that it's not something that is good for us, right? Because we don't end up being authentic. We don't end up being authentic. Instead, we're fabricating an assumption of what we think those around us want to hear, or what they want, or what they expect. So you're then curtailing what you authentically would do or say in that scenario to the assumption of you reading their subtle energy and what you think they want. Now, here's the thing, though. We talked about this, I think, yesterday or the day before. How the heck do you know what you want? Because, if it hasn't been proven yet on your healing journey, which I'm sure it has, there's been times where you thought you knew what you wanted and needed, but then you surrender to the flow of the universe because you recognize that what you thought you wanted is actually not what aligns with you authentically. I know, mind-blowing. Why does that happen, right? A series of things. I think it's due to a lack of experience. You fabricate what you want out of life based off of the mirrors that are already in existence around you. So then you make your decision then, I want this, I want that, I want this. But you did it based off of an observation, not an experience that, like we've talked before, experiences shape and mold us into the person we're meant to become. So when we typically think we know what we want before experience, when we start moving towards what we think we want, the experiences in that meantime shape us differently, and we end up realizing that what we thought we wanted is actually not what we needed. So, that being said, this is another reason why people pleasing is an injustice. When you people please and create that narrative for what you think they want, you're doing them an injustice. Because how do they know what they want? What if your authentic nature and your authentic response to the experience sets them in motion to another path of their own journey? It's not always about the suppression of self. We're also doing others an injustice through lack of authentic expression. People are doing their lawns. I'm going to shut the window real quick. How do I get back in here? This was very difficult. Thank you for your patience with that. I didn't expect everyone to do their lawns at 10 a.m. or 10:40 something. Okay, so back to my notes. People pleasing does an injustice to the giver and the receiver, because now you're suppressing your authentic nature and who you are authentically, as well as you are withholding a possible lesson or planted seed that this person could potentially water and use for their own self-growth. So when we people please, ready? Why do we people please? Do we people please because we assume they already know better or more, or just something we don't? They know something we don't? Or are we making an assumption that they know themselves 100% completely? Because that's a lie. Nobody can do that. I think, yeah, sure, I know myself too, in a certain extent, to a certain depth that I feel comfortable, stepping into my power about. But I also admit that every time I learn something new, that authentic nature and that knowing thyself evolves and deepens and it expands in different ways. So even if you assume this person has done all the work and they are top, it's impossible, because it doesn't matter. We're always changing. We're always evolving. And every little piece of information that is given to us is utilized for further progression at any age, at any time, at any level of where we are in life, right? So when you hold back from expressing authentically due to what you think they want and think what they need, you're halting the collective consciousness from growth. We talked about, I don't know how many episodes ago, but we talked about the 100th monkey effect. How when they taught a certain group of monkeys to use a tool, that even across the world, that same species of monkeys, even though it wasn't the ones the scientists taught, adopted utilizing that tool. That's the proof in the collective consciousness, in the echo effect of learning. So we could have just been, yeah, these monkeys are evolved enough, it's fine. But then you taught them a new trick, and they were able to utilize it to expand. Now they can utilize this tool to eat different foods, and maybe that will start an evolutionary change for that group and species of monkeys. So 100th monkey effect is also seen in our society. In its most negative form is seen as mob mentality. In its positive form, it's the ripple effect of change. How do you know that what you have to say isn't going to inspire the next evolutionary change? How do you know that that person you're talking to isn't the 100th monkey? And if you can get them to understand your personal view or your comprehension of a certain thing, or just honoring yourself and you're honoring your own authenticity, how do you know that you're not triggering the 100th monkey effect of revolutionary change? So inauthenticity is a disservice, an injustice to the entire collective consciousness, the entire world. So next time you think you're just swallowing what you want to say to keep the peace, know that you are adding to the pause button of our evolutionary change. There are multitudes of people out there trying to live their authentic self, the authentic nature. And there needs to be more. There needs to be more to create more rapid change. Instead, it's very slow going. You ever notice too how there's there's a certain small amount of these people and then more of others who aren't necessarily understanding the lifestyle of living authentically? Right, why are we placed in the middle of a bunch of people who don't understand the concept? Because you're supposed to teach them the concept. You're not placed there for punishment. God doesn't want to punish you. The universe isn't trying to punish you. It's trying to enact evolutionary change. And if you're an authentic person, yeah, you're going to get stripped away from all your comfort and get put right in the middle of a bunch of people who don't know. Because you're supposed to enact evolutionary change. That's the time. It's crazy to think like that, but it's so true. I had a girl explain this to me once. so well, and I was blown away because she was like a teenager. She was only like 17 or 18 at the time, and she told me this because I was crying. I was like, why is this a thing? Why are there no other people that are thinking like I am and trying these different things and being compassionate? We had bullies in the workplace. Like, what the heck? We're adults, and it was driving me to intense sadness and lack of hope and trust, honestly. And you know what she said? This, oh my God, like, I can't even, this girl, like, wisdom. She goes, when you have a lot of light and you shine really bright, that scares the devil. So the devil tries to put you and surround you in darkness, so that you feel as if there's no hope to continue to be bright. What's the brightness for? To just illuminate more darkness? But then she shifted it and she said, but if you extinguish your bright in that dark, you are no longer the beacon for those lost in the dark. Those who don't have a flashlight in the dark, ones who don't even have a candle yet. And they've just been living in the dark, bumping into each other, bumping into stuff, just making a mess because they can't see. And it's your responsibility to help guide them just by shining authentically. You don't gotta do much. You don't gotta go jump into everyone's problems. That's not what I'm saying. Just shine your light authentically, and you will help lead others out of the dark. Guess what, though? Have you ever tried to save someone before? Or watch a movie where someone gets saved drowning? What happens? The victim flips out. They almost kill their saviors most of the time, right? And that's like a big thing they warn you if you ever take like a Red Cross like CPR class or like a lifeguard thing, like whatever. They consistently mention when this is happening, you have the potential to be drug under. You have the potential to also become hurt because they are in panic. They are not in awareness mode. They're not in mindfulness mode. They're in panic mode. So, leading me into the next thing, if your authenticity rubs people to panic, and in my opinion, panic means, when people are panicky, they're going to try to make you feel bad for being authentic, or they'll challenge you for your authenticity. Yeah, that's because you're trying to save someone from the dark who's panicking, and they're going to hurt you. But that doesn't mean you stop. It doesn't mean you stop. That doesn't mean you people please. That doesn't mean you change who you are in any way. You're gonna be a villain in someone's story. That's what happens when you choose a side for light or dark. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. I chose the light end of things, and I want to do right by myself and my community and anybody else I can touch with my beliefs. And even though that's in my world a very compassionate and fulfilling purpose, righteous act, not everyone's gonna see it like that. Not everyone, and I know that. Trust me, there are whispers I've heard about me and my actions and who I am as a person that don't align with who I actually am. So it goes to show you, it doesn't matter how good, how kind, how compassionate you are. People are still going to look at you like the villain in their story. So just be authentic. You might help them. They could keep you being a villain for X amount of time, and then one day they water that seed and they're like, oh shit. They were right. Or not even right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. It's just little boosts of like encouragement that can help retrain each other's brains. Healing. And sometimes it seems like an attack. I understand that. Sometimes me just walking into a room feels like an attack to other people. I get it. I guess I don't actually get it, but I get it, like, in a scientific sense, because of the panicking victim lost in the dark. And you try to show them another way, and they're like, you know what I mean? It's terrifying. Like we said yesterday too, now this person needs to find like a whole new identity because you've saved them from the dark. They now see the light. Oh shit. I can't keep mindlessly cursing people off in traffic. I can't keep mindlessly being passive aggressive to my coworkers. I can't keep hanging out in low vibrational frequencies. It's a lot of responsibility to become aware of. But that's not on you. That's on them. Keep initiating that awareness. Keep shining the light in people's eyeballs. I just pictured like a deer in the headlights, though. Let's see what else my notes say. Okay, so right, when we also assume that people like know better or know more, or we already know how they're gonna react and we're like trying to save ourselves, you then took your personal power and your authentic way of responding, which is your power, and you just went, here you go. Take it. Take my personal power. I'm unsure, so take it. You need that. Just in case you didn't know. Like, you need that. Like, desperately. You desperately need personal power, home dog. Like, and it's not limitless. It is like you can always attach back into source, and you can always do, routines and practices to regain that personal power. But like, here's the thing though. That's effort and work. And for others, not you. Because you're trying to save space for people all over the place. Just be a safe space as their authentic self. And if they don't understand that, they don't understand that. That's fine. You can communicate compassionately and still be authentic. You can still plant a seed of growth and be compassionate and understanding and polite. You can still be polite. How they respond is up to them. But you cannot keep handing over your personal power. I don't know why you think you can afford that. Because then you got to go take the time to regain that personal power, to do practices and routines and rituals and whatever you need. Maybe it's going for a walk. Whatever you need to do to regain that personal power and feel good again, because you don't. I don't know anyone who's ever felt good after people pleasing. You feel drained as shit because that's what you're doing. You're giving away your personal power. Your personal power is what fuels you. So when you're giving it away, now you're overwhelmed, brain fog, confused, drained, self-doubt, lack of knowing thyself. A bunch of stuff happens. But you wouldn't know all those little pieces. You just feel like, why am I going insane? Why is it every time I do good, I'm worse after? Because you're not doing good. You're doing inauthentic good. You're placating the system. You're keeping it stagnant. You're keeping it from growth and evolution, which is the opposite of our purpose here. We need change. Monumental! We need monumental change. And that's not going to happen from a bunch of people skirting around topics. It's just not. It's not going to happen through lying. It's not going to happen through people pleasing. It's just not. Yeah. Personal power is really important. Did you know that you were giving your personal power away when you people please? You thought you were keeping the peace, right? Nah. You started a war inside yourself. And now, once again, I have a question. Why are you less important than the person you just people pleased? Why are you less important? Because that's what it means to me when you start a war inside yourself for the sake of another. Are they really that important? Because I'm pretty sure from womb to tomb, it's you and you. People come and go. Relationships come and go. everything changes around you, except for the fact that it's you and you. So stop doing yourself a disservice. Stop putting your inner world in turmoil and chaos and war and destruction over the placation of stagnancy. It's really what it is. Who cares? Who cares if people don't like you? I had that once. I heard, again, another person has a negative view or opinion upon me, and I was just like, I was in a vulnerable spot that day when I heard that. And I was just like, damn, like, it's like in my kitchen, and I was like, I thought everybody liked me. Like, I'm just like thinking this, and I'm like, how egotistical of a thought that is, Lex. Like, you're beyond, like, you just know you're gonna piss people off. Like I should know this. And I was just so like shocked. I was just like, man. But I've accepted this. I've accepted this about me a long time ago. Because it keeps happening. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't know how to not be me, though. I just don't. When you're left alone long enough, you don't know how to placate the stagnancy anymore. You don't know how to placate the person. You're just like, well, let's crack that egg wide open and throw it on the skillet. Like, I don't know that anymore because I've been separate from it for so long. I don't even know what you want to hear. Because to me, the only thing that's filled in my brain is what needs to be heard. And I'm not saying I'm always like right. I'm always learning new things and evolving and changing, but I don't not talk about things that are roped with growth or change. Like if I sense a moment for an aha sentence, like an aha moment sentence, like if I just like pop that right there, that person's going to be like, oh shit, like that makes all the sense. Like that excites and drives me. Like I'm like, like I'm so excited because like you're going to grow. I'm going to grow. We're going to grow together. Like, yes, now you're on the journey with me and like, this is awesome. And now like when we part ways, even if it's a stranger, I just know in my mind that there's someone out there now thinking a little bit different. Evolutionary change. 100th monkey. I get so excited about this. And like my ego's like, everybody loves that. I'm going to tell you from personal experience, they do not. Not everybody loves that. And sometimes they end up loving it, but like 5 years later and you're not even around anymore. Or even like a day later and you're not around anymore. You might get the full bash and backlash of the negativity, but they watered that seed later. And that's why you do it. You're like, I know you're mad at me now, but later when that wound feels a lot better, you're going to start implementing that thing that we talked about, you know? Like, I don't care. Go ahead. Hate me. Like, no. I'd rather we don't hate because that's also not doing the collective consciousness any good. But if that's what you need to do to put me in a box of like, this is just, you know, she's so whatever, and it's shoving my face, like, I don't know, whatever thing, fine, because at the end of the day, I'm still a farmer. I'm gonna plant those seeds, man. I'm gonna do it. That's who I am. That's my purpose. That's who I am authentically. Of course, I'm not going around there just being, like, annoying about it, like, I'm not hunting for it. I'm just saying when the opportunity arises, I do not take a step back. And I'm telling you from experience, yes, that doesn't get you the badge of favorite person. It doesn't. But I don't care. Because it's about the justice. It's about what we deserve as a human race, as humanity. What do we deserve? We deserve authenticity. We deserve it. Because we all deserve to learn and grow. Once you stop learning, you start dying. That's an Albert Einstein quote. So like, why? Why are you going to stop being a teacher? Because you, in your authentic form, without even having to seek or hunt for teaching opportunities. You don't have to. You are the teacher by just being in your authentic form. Just be authentic. And that ends up being the bright light, the shining light, the guidance, revolutionary change, the seeds of growth, the echo effect of the collective consciousness. It does.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
I'm here basically to tell you, because we hear this stuff. If you're already in this kind of learning, you've heard these things, right? This is probably why you're even watching this video, because you hear about this stuff all the time. So I'm here to tell you, from trial and error, from effing around and finding out, it's true. There is hope. There's a truth behind this whole authentic nature thing, and how it doesn't just help you thrive in your own life, but it helps the collective evolutionary change of humanity. And I'm telling you that with facts right now. There's facts. I've seen it. I've seen good from it. I've seen me just existing, not even like going out of my way, but just being me, and hearing friends be like, that's revolutionary. Like, I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know I didn't have to people please. Like, I didn't know that I was giving my power away. Like, and I'm like, yes, this is great. Like, let's do this together. And then there's other people who are not ready for that. That's another thing. People aren't ready for that. They and that's okay too. But you still plant the seed, because when they are ready to water the garden, it will grow. Isn't that nice? Isn't that beautiful? Who cares if you don't get? You're not looking for the validation of others in your authentic form. Because when you're authentic, you don't need to be validated by anybody else. Of course, I enjoy going to my friends when I have a certain issue I'm a little confused about, and I'm like, am I right in this situation? Yes, you're valid, Lex. Of course, we all still benefit from validation, especially when we're making decisions or doing something hard or whatever, and we utilize our support group. But I don't need, and you don't need, anyone to validate who you are. Who you are is meant for this world. You were hand-tailored to bring about evolutionary change. Why are you doing the injustice with the people-pleasing, holding back? Walk in your light. Walk in your power, because it's needed for all of us. It is. It's needed for all. Sometimes it's as simple as wearing a hat with ears. I wear winter hats with ears, and I've seen people go from out in the public to like, hey! Right. So not only are you feeling like, oh, that's such a cool, cute hat, you're also seeing an adult rocking what they authentically enjoy. So you're also being reminded of your own inner child and your own wants, desires, and things that bring you happiness. That's why you don't stop, even if it's not vocal. Just be it. Radiate it. Because I'm telling you, you're helping people back to their own souls. And when you think you have no purpose, that's what's funny. I remember when I first started my practice like years ago, I had a client ask me that, like, well, how do you find your purpose? And I really had to like think about it, because I was like, everyone's purpose is different. You know, what drives you? What's your passions? We did a whole workshop on it, blah, 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 yada, yada. But now, years later, years of experiences later, your purpose is literally just to be you, and to honor that you through that self-care, self-drive, self-motivation. That's literally it. It's your only purpose. That's why you were made exactly the way you are. And with the experiences you're biologically designed to go through to curtail you to the person you've become today. Why? Because right now, we need that person. Right now. We need who you are right now. Doesn't matter if you keep evolving. That's great. But right now, we just need you authentic right now too. And later. And before. You don't wait till you're at the top of the mountain. You're like, all right, I climbed the mountain. I can like put on the badge mountain climber. Like, bro, no, you've been climbing. You've been climbing. Keep spreading seeds as you go. Let's get mountain flowers all over the place. Why are we holding out? Oh, wait, I don't know. You do know. And then sure, it might evolve, but what you've got now, authentically who you are now, could help someone who's maybe a little further down that mountain. And you come up a couple meters and they're like, yo, where do I put my foot and my leg, my arm to get to the next, like this is a challenge. And like, where do I put my arms for the next rock placement, blah, blah, blah. You already went through that rock area. So why wouldn't you turn around and help them? Oh, well, because I never summited the mountain yet, so I'm not a master. But you're a master of that portion of the mountain, and you're still climbing. So what, you're going to withhold? You're going to do an injustice, a disservice to your fellow man by just looking at them and be like, I'm sorry, I'm not qualified because I'm not a summiter. Yeah, but you already did that path. You already went through that experience. Don't hold back. You do have mastery in that portion of the mountain. You do. You're already purposeful. And that's what I mean. Like, there could be people further up. There could be people behind. Doesn't matter. You in your authentic form will either gain knowledge and wisdom from those ahead of you, and being authentic to those behind you and polite and compassionate, you can lend them a hand. You see how that works? Like, there is no one day I can help others. One day I'll be in a better position. No, authentically, every day, right now, you'll start helping people. You're good. Mostly, though, the biggest thing is you'll be helping yourself. Okay? You start there. Because when you're at your most personally powered and authentic, you can do anything. You can do anything. You can literally do anything. So, but if you don't do that and you keep giving away to others before feeding into self, you're once again teaching yourself you are undeserving. And once again, you're giving your power away. It's always got to start with self. Like, you wanted to climb that portion of the mountain. You didn't climb it so that you could turn around and teach others. You climbed it because you wanted to. Because that was your next step in your journey. That's authenticity too. Not just going out of your way to go learn a niche or part of a mountain so that you could go regurgitate the information onto somebody. No, because your brain starts to evolve and change differently when it's a drive, when it's from your intuition, when it's a draw, when you're drawn to it. That means it's meant for you. So then when you do master it, you master it in a multifaceted way. Because it's helping you change the way you think based off of maybe your past traumas or things that you've gone through, and being drawn to that specific side of the mountain to begin your journey there and not another side is probably because that curtailed side of the mountain is going to help put into perspective and puzzle piece together everything that was kind of unknown for you before, where you just had a bunch of information and maybe not a solidified fact and not a solidified idea or perception. So you're drawn to a certain side of the mountain for a reason. So you have to start climbing where you're drawn to be climbing. And then once you're climbing and you reach a space of rest, because you have reached a portion of understanding, we typically kind of like breathe for a second. And that's when your eyes are open to the other people starting down at the bottom where you just started. And you're going to be like, hey, hook your clips in over there. Like, those rocks are more stable. And they will get you. They will understand that. And they will appreciate that because they too are on this side of the mountain for a reason. Right? You are drawn to it for a reason, for an authentic challenge of self-growth and overcoming. Because that's when you can then put things into perspective and understanding. We don't actually know what we need. And I'm telling you right now, that's okay. Just keep taking care of yourself in like the most basic ways: food, shelter, water, introspection, self-care, exercise, diet. Doing things like that alleviates the distractions from the things that could potentially distract you along your journey or make you confused on what is the actual thing you need to be doing right now because like you're just hungry. You know, just like cover all your bases, your basic needs, your basic self-care, and live authentically. And trust me, once you start doing that, you're going to realize that's just as challenging. It's not like easy. It's not easier. It becomes easier, just like anything with practice. It's still a challenge. It's still hard to break all those old patterns and those old conditions and those old conditionings. So, but it's worth it. It's worth it because then the rest of your life becomes a little bit easier. No, not everyone's going to like you. But why do you care? Why do you care if everybody likes you? The only people I care about liking me are like the people that like fill my cup, right? Like that like I fill my own for sure, but I mean like, you know, when you're with others, you're close people who kind of pour back into you. You pour into them, they pour into you. That's the only people's opinions I care about. Because if I've hurt them in some way, I want to talk it out. Even if it comes down to a simple misunderstanding, I don't mind because those are the people that see my value as well and we both pour into each other, so that matters. But other than that, start being okay with not being liked. It's really all right. You still are going to have a bunch of fun in life if you just are authentically you and having fun and like, yeah, you have way more fun. So just remember, people-pleasing not only pisses you off and frustrates you and gives away your personal power. By the way, that's why you're frustrated internally, because your soul is like, what the heck? Your energy is like, why'd you just do that? Not only that, you're doing an injustice to the whole of humanity. You're authentic. You were made special. Why are you so different? Why are you so unique? You think that's just a side effect or what? No, it's on purpose. It's on purpose. Start digging into it and growing that authenticity, because that's also growing your personal power and your purpose. Your purpose here is just to be you and rub off on others. And keep growing and healing and learning and introspecting. Because you're not always right, and that's okay. That's okay. You're also allowed to evolve. What you thought was all right here, and then you went through a couple more experiences, and you're like, oh, that's fine. It's all right. It's allowed. Doesn't mean, though, what you learned here wouldn't help someone else. It will. And then you've mastered that perception. You've grown with it, and you've explored it and evolved it. You're allowed. You're allowed to then impart that knowledge. That doesn't make you... I don't know what people think that makes you. I don't know what you think that is, but it's good. It's positive. It's not negative. It's positive. Do the justice for the world. Be like Batman, justice. Seriously, it's for you. It's for others. It's for all of us. Don't make me come at you and shake you, because like I need you too. Like we all need you. Isn't that, we need you. We need you to be you. We need you to be you and also keep running into certain circumstances and situations that make you reflect on you and then realize, oh, was that really me or was that a program? Because you got to dissolve all the programs now. So try and have compassion, patience, and grace with self when you do run into a mirror that shows you a portion of yourself that isn't authentic, that is curated based off of the programs or the conditioning of others or the people around us in our society. But that's okay. Don't get mad at yourself. It's fine. You didn't do it on purpose. It's just a thing. We got to deprogram. It's all right. And every time you figure that out and you're like, oh, whoa, it's okay. This is a part of the journey. It was meant for you to unfold this way. So don't worry about it. But do it. Do the journey. Open your eyes. Get shocked and appalled by yourself and others. Be like, whoa, I didn't realize I was holding on to that belief. That's not even mine. That's the beauty of life. To keep finding your own roadblocks and eradicating them? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Have a great Friday. I hope it doesn't rain because I'm trying to get out there for a little hikey poo. We'll talk again on Monday. Have a nice weekend, everyone.